Hello again. Well, look at that hand. Now, how to decipher this, how to make it simple. Start from there. See, you got that triangle shape here. And you got the horizontal shape there. But it moves downwards like this, and it moves there. So, we have two structures. Let's call it structures, or two geometrical shapes. One almost triangular, and the other one perpendicular. What's that? Rectangular. Well, not really rectangular, but let's call it this one. Let's call it like rectangular. Well, this shape. So one. It's late. One triangular and one rectangular, we said. Look at that. There you are. It's the main shape. Triangular shape and rectangular would have been something like this, but I'm oversimplifying it. Well, the main core, the main thrust or the gesture would be this line here. So from the thumb downwards, thumb downwards, and it stops here. There, look where it stops. Look, the vertical axis of this is beyond the, so the vertical axis of that is here, is there. That's the vertical axis, and the thumb is here. See? That's the thumb, and I'm oversimplifying this like a, I'm talking about this tear duct. Well, it's like a tear upside down. Look at that. Then you got the index finger, and it comes up here, goes dark, dark, dark. Then you have the middle finger. Oh, got right on my finger. It's too close to the color here. Then the middle finger. Look at that. Don't forget the middle finger, just above that line here. Do you see what I mean? The middle finger is here. And just above this line, just exceeds that fleshy bit of the thumb. Fleshy bit of the thumb is here. And then you got this middle finger here, which is actually dark. And then it becomes brighter here. But don't forget, we have a very beautifully dark line here, which outlines the finger. That's the jacket. Okay, let's get off my palette. Mix the colors off. Just get on my way. You got the jacket here, as I said. Then his shirt, white shirt. So back to basics, basically. That's what was my thinking. Back to basics. Is we swap with Jane to do some handwork. Look what I've done here. I've gone really, really dark on this one. Actually, it's not as dark as what it seems to be. But for a change, I'll make it dark. I'll darken even that, which is actually very, very light here. And I'll lighten up with putty rubber later on. And look how much that exceeds. This ring finger exceeds quite a lot that line, which is this one here. And the ring finger is, don't forget, the tip of that ring finger is in the middle off the middle finger. So tip of that is here. Then, oops, sorry. Then you have the small finger. And the hand itself, that little rounded bit where the hand ends up to be. And ends up. And then you have this dark. But also the little finger is really dark as well. And not to forget the jacket. We need to get that. It's our outline here. Very, very dark outline. There you are. I'm darkening this and I'm thinking something else. Where do I go next? This. So knuckle work here, the knuckle. That line between the two knuckles. Index finger and middle finger. And then let's darken this a lot more. That line. Look at that. Let's emphasize this. And then up here. And then thumbnail. The other thumbnail here. And the last one. Small finger. And not forget to do again our background, which is extremely dark here. There you are. Take that. I think that fleshy part of the hand goes right at the edge of the finger. There you are. And then thumb moves that way. Then you have, as I said, see the head? Let's call it head. It's actually the pointed part of the finger. Maybe down, maybe there, and then dark in between. Dark in between here. There we are. Dark here. And then you have the ring finger. This one is a straight line moving upwards. Straight line moving upwards. Then comes right this. And then the small finger here. Which actually the dark value of the hand is very, very similar. Of the little finger is very similar to this dark of the jacket. Okay. Now, a bit of lines here. We'll suggest the turning of the thumb. That went way too dark. There, that's better. And then wrinkles here. Now you see the value of the background is very similar to the value of the finger. So let's give it a little dark tone here, so that we know what we're talking about. Although it's a little bit brighter, it's not that dark. Let's not do that. Okay. Now you got the jacket here. And this is illuminated by light. And then you have that here. And the knuckles are really bright, but before I go the brightness of the knuckle, I got this bone structure here. And you have this dark line. Knuckle. There you have it. Okay, leaving my brush, sorry, my charcoal, and then with my putty, not to forget, highlight the illuminated part of the hand, which is this part. It's not really that bright. It's not making me what I really wanted. That's a different putty. Change the putty, little same size but a clearer putty, and then highlight here. See, highlight, 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 highlight. And then this one here, and then a tiny highlight here. Look at that. There you are. And then here at the top of the index finger here. And then not to forget this. But then you have to distinguish. This is a lot brighter than that. Do you agree? Brighter? Oh, come on. Okay. So, brighter, less bright, less bright. Brighter here. So let's keep that as bright as we can. And that little light here. So that's perspective. That's perspective in action for you. And that's his white shirt, then knuckles, and then light. Look at that. Don't forget to do that. That's crucial. Okay. I leave it for the time being. I'll come back tomorrow. And then the wrinkles here. That's good. Highlight again up here, another one there, and then the little finger here. And then, not to forget that little tiny highlight here. Look at that. And then the shirt, white shirt. Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't see that you were not watching what I was doing up here, but it's okay, you didn't miss much. A little bit more brighter here, brighter. And then little finger there, and then here, and then the white shirt, and the knuckles. And then the index finger here. Okay, I'll leave it for the time being. Go for a break, and then I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, back again. All right, so let's continue with this, with the working of the hand here. The wrinkles are very, very important to put them on here. There, and then get that dark bit here, look. And this one here. Just to make sure that we got them with the right tonal value. Then this, and a little bit of background as well, that will help. All around the finger here, the thumb, there as well, and right up there. See that dark bit here? So let's work with that. There we are. And now let's make that a bit more rounded, which is the index finger. There you have it. There. Possibly a bit higher. It's too close. Look, by the end of that, see that point here where you have the fleshy bit with the thumb? Drop a line there, and then you have this. The index finger showing. Look dark here. And dark. I'm here now. And there we have it. Here. Now that little line here, I don't know why it's not going away. It's not. No idea why. Could be the paper damaged, but I can use that for the wrinkles here, which is this part, it's the knuckle here. No, it's this middle finger, this, obviously the skin. So I can use it in my advantage. And then you have highlight here, and then the little finger there, and then all around here it's the little finger and the dark jacket. Okay. A bit darker here as well. I'm talking about this area here. And moving down here, also a bit more dark. I'm talking here. This part. This part here. It's a middle tone. Dark. Middle tone. Okay, well, you got the hand. That's a really difficult position of the hand facing us. So yes, it's obviously it's an expression. It's the person probably talking or having a speech and then moving his hands like this. Now this, on our drawings, it's highly unlikely we'll find something like this facing us. Sometimes you can, depending on the model, but it's highly unlikely. So this is more for us to learn how to tackle the hand when we need to. There you have it here. Highlight up here, and then the white shirt. Look. Bring that here. And then move it down and then let it softly merge with the black there. A bit darker. A bit darker, a bit darker. Okay. And I could go even darker here, but what I'll do, I'll spray it first. You could do the same, you should do the same. Spray it. Stabilize those darks because they're moving around now. Every time I'm touching it there, just as you can see, it's difficult to stabilize the darks. So I'll spray it and then I'll go back to it. But before I spray it, highlight where you need to. That pointy bit, one. Then you have the thumb. There, the two. Lighter. Thumb on the ring finger and on the small finger. There you have it. Okay. And let's lose that really, really dark line here. Look. Okay, we don't need that. Okay. And then a little bit of light highlight here. I think that needs to go a little bit wider. Yes, that needs to go wider, that finger, which is the ring finger. Wider than that. There we are. And this is the anchor line here, or an anchor point, which is this one here. I'm talking about this right there, that little bit here. And then here, if you squint your eyes, there is no distinction between the finger and the jacket. So the values are very similar, almost the same. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. There you are. 4 fingers. Now let's spray. Get the tablet out. Okay. Leave it there for a little bit. Do another expression of the hand. Now that's really difficult. This one here. How do we do that? Yes, and it's a difficult expression. I'm giving you really difficult examples. So if we master those or get them successfully done, then the portraits and the models that we're working with, it will be a lot easier. Again, I'm focusing on hand. We'll do something else as well. Okay, you have that one here. Look, before you do anything, look at that. A little bit window to ventilate here. Okay. Now, before we do any further, and before we go any further, this one here. So let's take that. Look at that. All that mass here. It's something like this, which is, it's an irregular shape. There you have it. There. There. Down here. That area. Index finger, middle finger, no, sorry, that's small finger, ring finger, middle finger, and then the index finger. But that could be a little bit confusing, so try and do something a little bit more to simplify it as much as we can. So instead of taking this, which I did, which is the palm, the inside of the palm, possibly to take not only the palm, but to take also the line, all lines here, these 2 lines. So take that, look at that, see that? Maybe, yes, that would be a better solution. Look at that. So see, it's like a letter or question mark. Look at that. I'm talking about this. Then he moves up, he goes to the thumb, and the thumb is just above that line. So the thumb is here. Then you have the wrinkles here, these two. Then and you have that. So bone structure here, look at that. So what you're saying, what you're saying. What? Now before, that's dry now. So what I can do, sorry to move from one to the other, but I want to complete that. So, well, I'll go back and forth so you can see it. Now that it's dry, I can come and do more darks, emphasize the darks. If it lets me to do that, it should be. Here, darks here. Yeah. Middle finger, just emphasize a little bit the thumb again. Here. A little bit darker here, which is the ring finger. A little bit dark on the ring finger here. And lastly, small finger. And more darks here. And highlighting that line to emphasize it even more. Then you have here that line, and I'm using the back of the charcoal. See, I want to break this. That's very delicate. That could break. Well, it will break if I push it this way. And come around here. There you are. And the last bit, and re-emphasize this a bit more, very, very dark, deep darks, and let's emphasize that as well, that line here, especially the middle finger around us. There you have. Okay. And the thumbnail. A bit more emphasis on the whole design of it. Okay. Now, possibly darker here. See that cast shadow from the index finger onto the middle finger? This one here. Cast shadow. Okay, now let's go back to our next design, which is this one here. So, thumb, going back and forth with those beautiful shadows. There you are. The skin tone moves up a bit here, there. Comes back down here. And then you have the end of the index finger, middle finger here. And that beautiful roundness, it's important to do that. So that's the end of the middle finger tip. Not the end of the tip. Then the thumbnail, you don't possibly You might not even see the thumbnail, it's very small there. Well, it's the position of it, the way it is positioned, you might not even see it. Well, I don't see it, almost. Just, I know it's there, but you cannot see it. Then, in the middle finger, moving upwards, on that little wrinkle here, you got the end of the middle finger. So don't forget, that's how you will get them. Look, a vertical line, wrinkle, vertical line, then you have the end of the middle finger. Then you have that little dark bit here. Then the ring finger is at the same look. The end of the ring finger is within that beautiful, see, line here. Look, I'm talking about this. Look, it just moves from left to the right, and then this one here, this one, and move it up, and then you have that part of the index on the ring finger, the inside part. Look, move it there. I'm talking here, talking about that area there. Then you have half tones, and then the palm is a bit wider. That was the beginning of my first design. The second design, which was, do you remember that sweeping line here? That was my more simplified version of it. Then you have that, which is the root of the middle finger. It's further this way. Look, again, from the wrinkle, actually, it's almost the same line with this. Do you see that? Dark, 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 there you are. It's there. There, and then darker tone. And here now, see? Darker tonal value. And then ring finger here, a bit further up, and this line here. Then that was a mistake. That was my first design. So the little finger is further down. I could use that shadow or that middle tone for that fleshy bit here, look. See, for this part. There. So then you have that, the end of the hand, or the palm, the inside of the palm. Before I do that, make sure that that bone structure is at the same height. So the bone structure is here. Bring it up a bit more. And then move it middle, then here. Then you have that. Then you have this one here. And his shirt. Let's see, the end of the small finger at a horizontal line will come and be at that. Look at that. So from this part, okay, from that line, or the two, well, where the two fingers meet, you have a horizontal line going moving this way, and that is where the small finger is. There. And the small finger is quite long, actually. Look at that. Look, the distance from the from the ring finger. The end of the ring finger is there, so it's here. That's the end of the ring finger. That is all this is the middle finger. Is the getting confused now. It's the little finger. Okay. Palm. That is a beautiful half tonal value here. There. I'm talking about this half tone. Could come and do that a little bit stronger. Get the darks around it. That will will confuse us a little bit less. So that's needed here. Here, down here. Move that. Move it up a bit with some more dark. Ring finger. Dark, dark, dark. Actually, it's the darkest dark that I'm using here. And finally coming up where the small finger is. Okay. Then you have that. Also dark here. Okay. Now, the small finger is right there. Again, moving it horizontally, going on the right, and there you have it. So, horizontally on the right, and that's the end of it. But the end of it is far away from the main palm. Look, it's there. It's really far. So there's a lot of distance here. And a little more black, darker tonal value. Leave that highlight bit which I've left here, that little tiny light. Emphasize this dark here. The ring finger is right here, but it's a lot brighter in value. So there are two highlights, one here and one there. So one small here, you see 1, 2. There, I could bring it back with a putty rubber, those highlights. I'm just darkening it, and I'll bring it later on with putty rubber, these two highlights. What's not to be missed is, see those wrinkles here? I'm talking about these two here. There. That would be enough. And a little bit darker. Then you have those lines on the palm. A little bit wrinkle here, as you can see. 2 here, and then the index finger. The design of it, look at that. So it goes up here, goes up, and then it moves down there. See, something like this. Be aware that, because it's a trap, that design. It could look, you can get it right easily, or you could suffer a little bit because it's a very mind-boggling perspective here. So that area, that tip comes towards us, but then you have that movement. You see that? And that's perspective. It's like the man sitting on the chair that we've done last week. Now a little bit dark here. Very dark at the thumb. And there you are. Okay, what I could do here is to also give it a little bit of a darker tonal value. Not a lot, just a tiny bit here. And a vertical drop vertical drop from the thumb down, 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 and that line doesn't touch the index finger. See, it's further away, which is, it's correct, it's there. That's where it is. It's here, and it stays there. Dark, 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 dark. I've over-emphasized that with the darks, but it's good to have it. And there you have it. And then this one. It's darks here. There you go. Half tone, half tone, half tones, half tonal values. Okay. And another dark line here. This one. There you have it. And a little bit of a darker tone here. Darker on the tip of the finger. Then you have that very dark tonal value here. Wrinkles. And this needs to be emphasized a little bit more. At darker in value than this, slightly darker. So compared to these, this is, let me see. Well, that looks darker because you have the light here, but that's also, they're very similar in values anyway. And then emphasize the ring finger. And those wrinkles, they're good. They help there. Those lines. And then, as we said, the small finger here. And the thumb. Okay, now with the putty, hopefully we'll get what we need with the putty rubber. Okay. The light area, but the light area, the lightest light is this. There, this. See those little spots? So I could bring them with a putty, but I could, before I do that, I could give it a local tonal value to the whole of the hand like this. And now highlight with this putty rubber. There, bit of highlight here in the middle finger, highlight onto the, again, middle finger, a bit darker here, darker, 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 darker in tone. And some highlight around the index finger. So I'm doing a line there. See, I'm highlighting the background a bit more. Well, I'm going now and re-emphasizing those lines just to help myself and the viewer to see where is the, but actually it's a very, very tiny, there's not a line which defines the finger from the background. It's a very soft, dark tone. Very, very soft, dark tone. And Let's get that going, that little dark here. Darker area. Bit of a line here, as I see it. Okay. Well, we're getting there. And this wrinkle here and around the small finger here. There you are. I'm talking about these two wrinkles here. And as I said, I'll bring the tip of the highlight of the ring finger. Do you remember that I said I will bring it with the putty rubber? Highlight it back. And you have some highlights onto the index, so a ring finger again here. Here. There. And there. The highlight here on the small finger, see that? And the tip, the lightest point here. And let's go back and reinstate the his shirt here. There you are. Okay. I think we've got it. Let me see what needs to be highlighted more. I guess bring that higher a little bit. So I'm talking here, that line here. There you are. And maybe that line where the finger meets the dark shape or the dark shadow of his jacket, whatever he's wearing, it's less dark. You see, I'm merging those blacks here. And also I could give it a little tonal value here. Here. And sharpen that edge here a bit more. Here, right there. A bit more dark and make that a bit sharper. The tip of the index finger here. Okay. And highlight these dark here. See that dark? A bit more. It's like well, the light illuminates the palm here, and that is where I need to emphasize a bit more. Okay, let's go back and forth here with those darks. Possibly I need to get rid of this line here. It's a bit too long, that one. There. And then tip of the finger. There. Okay. There you are. Okay. And then a little bit of dark, see? Dark. And maybe it's a bit too heavy now. So highlight a bit more, especially here at the thumb. At the tip of the thumb, one. Another highlight down here. There. A wrinkle here as well. Here. major highlight. There you have it. There. Major highlights. And working on the middle here, working on the highlights, right? Oh, and that is almost forgot about this. You see that little highlight here? This one. Let me show you. Talking about this one here. And get it darker. See that white of the shirt? It's not that dark. So yeah, gone way too dark there. It's okay, but when you go back and forth, you see, well, I don't need to go that dark there. I mean, you could leave it dark as it is, but to be honest, be better to do what we actually see. Gives also volume, creates perspective, it moves it back by not darkening that, by brightening it up like it is here. Actually, it's a half tone. It's not that dark. And this to bring back that line. See, I'm talking here. That little line here. There. Dark. Now I've done by doing this, I'm doing the little finger very thick here. So I better bring it up a bit and trim it down. And darken the main flesh tone and leave that thumb slightly brighter. Okay, I'll spray it. Take that off so the spray doesn't go there. And then come back and do some more to it. I'll leave it for a couple of minutes. Okay. I'll leave it for a couple of minutes. Come back. E voi non si vedono i limiti solitamente, esatto. Okay, back to our half tones, darker tones. Let's see here. And then just let's darken a few things here. Look, after the spray, it's really still smells here. Make sure you open the windows when you spray it. I've done it here, but still smells very strong. And then look, a little bit of darker tones here. Darker tones. And then half tone here, around here. And you got this highlight of a little finger. And back and forth with those lines. See, that's really nice when you highlight those. But it's a lot more effective after the spray. A lot more effective after the spray. Sharp edges here. And let's bring the highlight on the ring finger. Here I'm going a little bit darker. There you are.
I found this on the web.
Go away. Okay. Around this, that round bit here. Highlight with some more darks around here. And also darks here. There you have it. That's a good dark there. It creates a nice contrast. And this part of the finger, of the hand, just merges with the background. A bit darker. Darker here. Dark here. Yes, I've just noticed that. You see, the distance, it's a lot longer. A lot further away. So what I've noticed is that area here, there's more distance there than here. See what you can see when you, the more you look, the more you see. That's the expression. Yes, I've done it quite short. Okay. It's not a major mistake. There are short hands and long palms, long hand. So I've done a short hand here. Well, it starts from there, so I could bring that index finger a bit lower. So let's try and do that. Am I able to do that now that I've sprayed it? Possibly not. But this is the answer, is to elongate the index finger. elongate it a bit more. And push this further back. That could make a little bit of a difference here. Yes, push that further back here. There. And highlight that a bit more. And here as well. Okay. I think it's good enough, to be honest. There's no need to be a lot more, to add more details to it. I'm just checking where I can go a lot darker, which is definitely, this is one of the areas. And the wrinkle here, move it and show it. That's where it is. I'm talking about that bit here. Then that middle finger could go a little bit thicker. See? The more you see, the more you look, the more you see. So move that wider here. Bring that width and come back to the black area. There. And bring the background, the darkness of the jacket, bring it back to the ring finger high. Merge those lines as well. And here as well. Small finger, dark, 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 dark. Then the white shirt all around here. It's impossible to get it now because it's very, very dark. Hey, that's good enough. Okay. What's today? Today it's the 28th, 29. Okay. Let me give you a closer image. Let's use this line here, because that looks like he's got something. It's like a Spider-Man. Let's lose that. And highlight this. The light here. And up here. And softly move that this way. So lose that Spider-Man. And everything darker, 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 darker. Okay.